Hello everyone. So in this lecture we will discuss about JavaScript sentences with example with correct and incorrect examples. So you can clearly see what right and wrong in the JavaScript syntaxes. Now, so first here we have a sixth topic. Okay, you can say it is a topic of JavaScript syntax. Like first it is here what is syntax. Next it is next topic variable boxes to store data, basically variables. The next here we have values. Okay, the data you store. Then fourth it is operator here doing math. We will do then fifth it is comment. After that sixth it is expression code that produce some values. Seventh it is a identifier. Got it? So here we will first discuss here what is syntax. Okay. So here guys, let me see the definitions. Here what is syntax? So meaning of syntax here, it is a grammar or rule of JavaScript. It tells the computer how code should be written so it understand you. Okay. So if you write it wrong, here if you write your JavaScript syntax it is wrong, then JavaScript can get confused and throw an error for you. So let me here we will explain with examples. Okay, like here we will first example here let let x it is equal to 5. So it is correct guys. Okay, it is a correct syntax. Okay, just follow the proper syntax method and you can understand easily with let me console.log. Then here you have to print your values x. Then here you have to run your file, that is node. Then your file name, it is what mind underscore script underscore 4. Then execute and you will see here your x values, it is 5 here. Okay, let me rerun and you will see here your value x it is equal to 5. So it is totally fine. Okay, so this is your correct method. Here you can consider this is correct method. Okay, then let me we will see the incorrect examples. Now let me here like let x it is equal to 5, basically wrong, missing space between let and variable. If you write like this, let x it is equal to 5, this is what let x it is equal to 5. Okay, so this is wrong guys. So now fine, so let me we will check another your incorrect examples. So here if you write it like incorrect, the here next it is here wrong. Here if you missing the space between let and variables, like if you define here let x it is equal to 5. Okay, it is 5. Okay, 5. Then here I want to tell you this is wrong. Okay, because in the let variable here, because here it is let keyword and here we have your variable. In between we have no any spaces. Okay, so this is wrong. You cannot do that. I know it is work if you try to print in this one like latex like construct law, then it work, but it is wrong, guys. Okay, you cannot do that. But if you here, let me just console the law, then you will see basically on these things work fine, but it is wrong. You cannot do that in your projects. Okay, otherwise it causes the issue. Let me check it here. Then you see it's work fine, but it is wrong. So let me just rerun and you see here, you see your result. Latex it is work, but it is wrong, guys. Okay, so keep in mind. Then after that, let's move to the next section. Variables. We will learn about variables here. It is a box to store your data. Then variable are like container that hold your data here, and you can use let const however. Okay, throw it is over old fashions. Okay, we have latest keyword for defining your variables, let and const. So let me here we will understand with examples. This is here like let name is equal to 5. Let name is equal to 5 and name it is zone. Then let me here console.log. Then you have to print your name. Okay, so print your name. Then here you will write name, and here let me comment all this variables now. Then here it is like deprecated, but just execute your file here. A node minor split underscore file. Basically, here after the node you have to write your file name. Then you have to execute that, and you see your name zone. Okay, so it is correct. So here you can use comment. Then next variable here, next example const is it is equal to 25. Then let me here write console.log. Here write console.log. Put yours is here you have to write age, paste in that here. Then let me execute that file, and you will see your age 25. Okay, so it is fine. Then let's move to the next example that is wrong. So here you have to put, then here it's below now. Let me define a variable. This is a wrong example. Cannot start with the number. If you want, try to define the variable like this name, which is equal to zone. Okay. Basically, we see here VSCode automatically tells you here variable declaration not allowed at these locations. Got it? Because the thing is here you cannot start you cannot create a variable with the starting number here like 1 2 3. So this is wrong, guys. You cannot do it. So let me comment here. VS Code automatically detect the error. The next here, let me go. The next variable. If you define the variables like this, const it is equal to hello. So here, if you define like this, const hello, so it is also wrong, guys. Okay, here missing variable name. Here you have not a variable names. Here in between here. Okay, here we have no variable name, so it is also caused this one, and VS Code automatically detect the error. Okay, so here we have to use let for the value that changes, and use const for value that do not. Okay, if you want to change your value, then you have to use your let keyword. Otherwise, if you don't want to change your value, then you can use the const keyword. So this is the wrong way to define your variable. Comment this. The next here, next topic. Here we have about the values. Value, the data you want to store here. Here we have some definitions like JavaScript value are of two main type. Literate is fixed values and then variable. Here changeable values. So here let me we will define here number. Here here let me define it. It is here your variable name is score. It is here is score. It is equal to 10. It is equal to 10. Okay, but if you define like this here or 10 in the string format here should be in quote if it is text. Here if you define let score, it is equal to 10. So this is the wrong thing, guys. Here comment, here this is wrong. Here let us go 10, because if you want to define this string here your values, then you have to must put inside quote. Okay, single quote or double quote, like this is here. Okay, so you have to put it, otherwise it cause the issue. Got it? So it is wrong. So here it is about number. So let's move to the strings. We will see the string examples. So inside it here, like if you define let it is equal to city, here we have Delhi, then it is correct, guys. It is here, it is no problem, it is fine here. But if you define like this here, guys, here's let color, it is equal to blue. So it is here, it caused the problem because here we are missing the codes. Okay, here, so it causes this one. So let me try to here. Okay, I know that it is not caused in the issue because here, let me check it, that console.log, then inside the string it is color, then if you execute, then you see real values. Blue is defined. This is, you see this one. If you want to define a string values, here blue is not defined, basically this variables. Here blue is not defined. Here I am talking about strings. So when you define the string as a value, then you must be put inside the quote like this, and then execute here for your file. Then you see not is fine. Color blue. Got it? So here, so it is fine. Here it is wrong example. So it is wrong example. Let me comment here, and here above it is correct example. It is correct. Then we will move to the next topic. Also here you have to comment on this. Next, it is about operator doing math or joining the things. Here operator help perform calculation and combine text. Here we will learn about the mathematics, how to add here two numbers here, like here let total, it is equal to 5. So 5 plus 10, and you know that the result what, 15. So let me console.log, then you see your result here, values total. So here total, what we have, total. Let me just execute, then you see here execute your values, and you see your value total, it is 15. So it is totally fine, guys. And on the top we have more comments. Here let me comment on that. I realize in this one. And then here after that here, let me will join the text. So here let name, it is equal to zone here plus, here we plus John Doe. Here why cause, I think we have defined the variable name 2 times, so let's cause in this. So you see this one. So let me comment. This is its cause in this. So here we have to go to the bottom here. So let me here, we have to joining the text low. How you can join the text strings, put inside strings here, and your name. Let me just execute let files, and you see your name John Dew. Okay, so it is very simple how to join the text. Like here we have first string and we have a second string. Just you have to add plus symbol, then you will successfully add these two strings. Then let me try to another. Here your number, adding your number here. In basically it is wrong example. Here you cannot do that. Like if you try to hit 5 plus just colon. If you got is with total, because here we have defined already that. So comment for now. Then here you see it causes a automatically issue because it is wrong, missing value after the plus 5. Here we have the plus 5, but here after that here it is nothing anything here. Okay, so that's caused the issue. Here we have the missing value after. It is your wrong example. So you cannot do that like this one. It is wrong. The next here syntax here. Let me here if you define let and then name, it is equal to here's zone. Okay. Syntax here because if you have these variables, I'm talking about this one here, you cannot define the variable with the same name. Like here, if you have a variable name and this variable name, it is same. So that's cause the issue. Okay, syntax here you got in the error. Here let me try to execute your file and you got it here. The error. What? Identifier name has already been declared. Got it? So if you want to define the variable, you have to always make sure that you have to always write the different variable name. So this is also your wrong example because this you have already has been declared the name variable, and also you have to try to again create the same variable. So that's cause in the error. It is syntax error. So let me comment this. Okay, and you have to just put your correct and incorrect symbols here. This is it is incorrect. Then for the correct, here you can put it. This is your correct example. I hope you got this point. Then in the next lecture we will discuss about comment, then here expression and identifier. Got it? Here comment it is not for the human and it is ignored by the compiler or your computers. Okay. Here we will use the double forward slash for single line comment, and then here forward slash and asterisk symbols. It is used for the multi-line ones, basically for the multi-line comments. Then comment are great for explaining your code as well as here. So let me here we will explain. Here if you want to use comment, then you have to just write forward slash and this is a comment. Okay. If you want to comment anything, just here you have to write it forward slash and this is a comment. Okay. And one thing here I want to tell you. Here if you see like this is warning messages or success. So don't worry about it. We will explain all this. Basically what is this? Okay. Then here if you want line multi comment, you see this is only single line comment. But if you want to here multi-line comment and then you have to add forward slash and then asterisk symbols. Then here you can write here this is here multi-line comment. Got it? So this is fine. This is a multi-line comment, but this is a single line comment. But if you here write comment and then remove, then this is causes the issue. You cannot write it like in two line, but this one, this comment, you can write in the two line, three line, four line, multiple lines. But this one here, double forward slash, it is used for only the single line comment here. Okay, this is your single line comment, and this is for multi line comment. The next it is here. If you just write here forward slash and then here write something and try to write forward slash, so this is wrong. Okay, missing the proper symbols, and that is your restrict. Got it? So this is wrong. You cannot do this. So it is your incorrect example. This is here, and here we have our correct example. So it is your incorrect. So you can comment on this as also. Okay, so this is the incorrect example. The next here you have to move to the expression. That is a code that produce a values here. Expression are like a little math syntaxes, and they give you a result with. So let me explain with correct and incorrect example. You know the about on the expression, like inside the parenthesis, like 5 plus 6, then here multiplied with, so 10. Okay, so it will be give you result like here comment 1 1 10. Okay, you got it here the result. Okay, so this is correct. And the next is here. Here you can also use with variables like here x multiplied with 10. So it is a uses in the variable here. Here you can define the variable like let x its value is 5. So now here in place of x what we have here 5. So 5 then multiplied with 10 it is 50. Got it? So it is also correct. The next thing here. Okay, here if you write like this 5 plus multiplied with 10. So you cannot do that. Here this is wrong guys here. Okay, and you say this code automatically detect the error syntax error expression expected. Okay, so it is a wrong order of your operators. So comment on this. Then here we will move to the next section. Here this is your incorrect example. Let me comment on this. Then here it is your correct example. Got it? So comment on this. Okay, the next here we will learn about comment also. Here 7 is identify name you give to things. Okay, basically how you have to create your variable name. Okay, so it is here. Here we have some rules how to create the variable name. In identifier is the name for your variable functions etc. And it is a very simple rule. Here must start with a letter like underscore or dollar symbols. So it is fine. You can calculate a number after the first character. It is also fine. But you cannot be here. You cannot be a keyword. You cannot make variables like your reserve keyword like let const if it is a JavaScript reserve keywords and it is or the case sensitives. So let me we will explain with examples here. So it's below we will define. So here like here if we define let first first name which is equal to zone. So it is correct guys. So you can define here your variable name identify like this. So it is correct. The next example like let underscore age it is equal to 25. So it is also correct because you see you have to define your identifier. Here identifier means variable name guys. How you can define your variable name. So must start with letter underscore. So you see underscore. So it is fine. And the next it is here. Also you can define your variable name like this dollar symbols. Then price it is equal to 200. So it is also fine because you can create a variable name, your identifier name with the dollar symbol starting. You see here underscore or dollar. It is also fine. The next it is here. If you create a variable like this, here first, this is here. It is first, then name. It is equal to zone. Got it? So you see, and VS Code automatically detect this. You cannot create the identifier name like this. First, then here we have this, then name. Okay, this is wrong, guys. You cannot do that. The next here basically hyphen. Okay, this is hyphen. Okay, hyphen. So hyphen it is not allowed. Then one thing next is here. If you define your, then here you have next let and let it is equal to 5. So let me comment this is causes this and you see the next incorrect example here. I have already told you cannot be use the keyword okay reserved keyword like let const if here you say here you cannot use identifier name of your JavaScript reserved keyword like here let const if while then if you slide it you cannot use as identifier. This is also wrong. So comment. And the next example here here you cannot start with the number like if you try to define a variable your identifier name one name which is equal to zone. Okay, use here VS Code automatically detecting the issue. It is wrong syntax. Okay, here just use here the file. It is read. Okay, so use here like here is starting name. Okay, use here is starting. It is a number. Okay, so it is also cause the issue. You cannot create or identifier with the starting with numbers. This is causing the issue. Got it? So now all these are incorrect example here. Got it? So this is the incorrect example, and here we have this is correct. You can create the identifier with this type of like first name underscore dollar symbol. So it is correct, guys. Okay. So next it is here, but you cannot create a identifier like this first, then your name, or you have to use reserved keyword or starting with the number. Got it? So this is problem. And here we have a next example. Like here, let me just it is same, but we have more topic inside it. Here you can consider it is it. Okay, and it is like JS care about capital letters. This is let me hear it to write about case sensitive sens sensitivity. Okay, JavaScript treat capital and small letter as different. Means here, if you try to create an example, you can understand with example here. Okay, let here if you define a variable, my name, it is equal to, and its value zone. It is zone. Got it? But here if you try to print like console dot log, and here it is my name. Okay, here then it causes the issue because it is case sensitive. Okay, guys, here JavaScript it capital and small letter as a different variable. You see here our variable name, my name. Here you see here it is a small letter, but here we have right it is a capital letter. So it is causes the issue. Here could not find name my name. Did you mean my name? Okay, so it is case sensitive. This variables and here this variable it is a different thing. So let me comment it. The next here about camel cases. Here the the JavaScript way of naming how you can write the name. Okay, so here we have too many way. You can define a variable name with multiple words and use in the camel cases. So here let me just comment then paste it. It is 9, and here it is example. Here camel case. Here camel case the JS way of naming. Right. So it is very simple. In the here in the variables, here in the variable you can use here you cannot use the hyphen. Like if you try to create here first. Okay, let me remove this. Here first, hmm first, then hyphen name. Okay, if you want to try to create like this, so this is wrong, guys. Comment here and just paste it. It is wrong, guys. You cannot do that. The next example. Here you can use the underscore. Okay, if you try to write here first underscore name. Okay, so it is correct, guys. Okay, so here paste that. Here you can define your variable name like this. It is correct. The next it is here in the Pascal case, like here first letter capital and middle, here middle letter. Okay, anyone middle letters here it is capital, so it is also correct. So this is also correct way to define your variable name. Next, it is camel case. Camel case means your first character it is very small, and but here next one it is capitals. Basically in between, camel structures. This is here, so it is correct, guys. I have got this one. You can create in the identifier like this, but you cannot create here in between. We have the hyphen symbols, and already like you cannot use the reserved keyword or restarting with the number. This is also caused in this. So then we have the next topic. Let me just we have added more topics. The next is here. Let me first we will explain. It is 10, and here it is definition like Java. JavaScript is case sensitive. It is here sensitive. Okay, be careful, guys. Here the small mistake can break your all the code. Like here, this is it. This is just example. So it is equal to Delhi. So it is equal to Delhi. I think this variable we have created two times on the top in this here. So comment, then go to the bottoms. So it is correct. Okay, but here if you try to create like this and capital CT, it is equal to Delhi. Okay, so here it is wrong, guys. Here basically city is a different variables here. This cities and this city variable it is C. Here it is C capital and it is here small. Okay, so it is a case sensitive, guys. So this city it is a different variable and this one it is different variables. So let's move to the next section. Keywords. Here is our word in the JavaScript. Here it is like it is the last one. Here about keywords reserved. Here reserved word in JS. Here, keyword are a special word used for the specific action in JavaScript. You cannot use them as variables name like let const if else for while return functions. Let here you will see here with examples. Let is it is equal to 25. It is fine, but if you try to like it here let and then let it is equal to 10. So it is incorrect, guys. Here you cannot use keyword as a variable name. Here you say this one you cannot use the reserved keyword. And let me here we will write in the basic about here reserved keyword like let const if else for while. Okay, basically in the JavaScript we have too many reserved keyword, but it is just a basic okay for you. Okay, so we have successfully explained everything about JavaScript syntaxes like reserved keyword in JavaScript, and then JavaScript reserved case sensitives, then camel case, the JavaScript here we have naming basically how to create your variable name. Okay, then here we have another how to define a identifier your variable's name. Next it is expressions about little bit, then comments. Okay, multi-line comment, single line comment. Here we successfully explain everything. Good. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next lecture.